that this was the wrong place. But the words of General Theodosius had been clear as spring water. The Goths of Arama have no quarrel with the Empire. They wish to be trained as legions to fight against Fritigern's horde. With them, we can end the war and reclaim Thracia. They are trapped north of the Danubius, taking refuge on a stony height above the woods. Go to Arama. Bring him and his warriors back with you. A new fear crept up on Vitellius then. What lay on top of the bluff? What if the Huns had taken it from the tribesmen he sought? He clenched his Cairo again and thought of the land whose fate rested on his efforts here. The green gold hills and pastures south of the river. Thracia, sweet Thracia, he mouthed, seeing his homeland as it had once been, and as it was now, harrowed by the boots and hooves of Iudex Fritigern's rampaging Gothic horde, sown with the bones of the legions broken outside Adrianople in the summer. Thracia, he whispered firmly. His conviction strengthened. Vitellius puffed out his chest and took a step towards the high bluff. As he did so, the myriad shadows crouched behind him in the ferns rose. Tall Goths, faces streaked in red paint. "There's he," they whispered as one, then converged on Vitellius's unsuspecting back like claws.
Part 1. The Dead of Winter. Thracia, early 379 AD. Chapter 1. Pavo closed his eyes, shutting out everything. In the unbroken blackness, he found peace for a sweet moment. But soon enough, something rose in that mind's eye gloom. A tiny speck of dull orange light. A beacon. He felt himself drifting towards it, or it to him. Soon he could see that it was a campfire with two broad figures seated next to the flames. The sight pulled on his heart like an anchor. "You do not have to go there," a voice croaked. The crone, the one who had guided him in times past, was by his side. He realized, her sightless eyes staring ahead like his, her face gaunt and harrowed with great age. "They are but memories now." He eyed the flickering firelight, his throat thickening. "Yet they must never be forgotten. That is why I must go to them." She rumbled with something akin to frail laughter. "Aye, and that is why I walk with you. I too am drawn like a moth to a candle, you see, to steer those few with bright hearts and flay the ones who are night black at their core. One day I hope you will be able to let these hurtful memories pass." As he drew closer to the campfire, the crone faded away to let him approach alone. The two figures sitting before the gentle flames were all too clear now. Zosimus and Quadratus, the twin oaks of the 11th Claudia Legion. They laughed and took long draughts of soldier wine as they tore each other's reputation to ribbons. Zosimus recounted the time Quadratus had roused the entire garrison of a fort from sleep with one particularly rowdy series of rhythmic gastric emissions. "Sounded like a battering ram at the gates, I'll tell you." Zosimus roared with laughter. "Echoed right through the place. We had a sentry on the walls before we realised it was your arse exploding." Well, I slept like a felled tree through it all." Quadratus shrugged, then shot back with a tale of Zosimus's attempts to repair an onager with a sour-faced artillery officer. The officer had stood over Zosimus, criticising his every decision, only for the catapult to loose unexpectedly. A length of thick rope dangling from the throwing arm had shot out like a whip, striking the surly artilleryman's testicles. "Nah, not my doing. Faulty locking pin," Zosimus claimed with an expert nod, then added with a glint in his eye, "Fair shut the winching swine up, though, eh?"